taking this particular respective SDLC models also. Which model need to be get used? It's totally depends on that particular project requirement or client requirement. That is not getting decided from that particular developer or tester. It's not like developer has been taking care about. It's not like developer has been taking care about in having with that particular model, or tester has been taking care about that particular respective model. As part of the SDLC process, you are taking care about the respective kickoff meeting. Meaning of kickoff meeting? What is it? What is it? Project confirmation. The meaning of kickoff meeting. We need to be get mentioned that project confirmation. I mean, at the time of project has been conforming. At the time of project has been conforming to that particular respective IT company, at that particular time itself, it will be decided that what exactly that particular model need to be get used. In that, we need to take care about in mentioning that, considering that waterfall model. The one we need to be get mentioned, waterfall model. Another one, what is it? V model. Another one, what is it? Agile model. So we need to be get mentioned that waterfall model or taking with V model or mentioning about agile model. It's not like restricted for these three models. We are taking care about in understanding with these three particular models. When you are working that particular real time, it's totally depends on that particular project. According to that particular project or based on that particular respective client, it will depends on what exactly the model need to be used. Once he got comfortable, taking care about these three particular models, very easily we can take care about all that particular respective models. Because of that, we need to take care about in understanding or utilizing these particular respective three models. In that, if I'm taking with waterfall model, according to the steps of waterfall model, the first step we need to be get mentioned that taking care about. What is the first step? Requirement gathering and analysis. The very first step we used to be get mentioned out requirements gathering and analysis. After that, what is it? Design. After that, what is it? Coding. After that, what is it? Testing. Okay. After that, what is it? Live environment or production. So while working this particular respective waterfall model, we need to take care about, taking care about in having with these particular steps, need to be get taking care about the requirements gathering and analysis, and then taking care about design, and then we got coding, and then we got testing, and then live environment or production. So if I'm taking with this particular respective waterfall model, if I'm taking with this particular respective waterfall model, we used to be get mentioned out. This is one of the first model as part of IT industry. The day one of IT industry, we can say that this particular respective model has been came into the picture. Now, if I'm considering this particular respective waterfall model, we got its own drawbacks and then taking with its own advantages. If I'm taking with drawbacks, the main drawbacks of waterfall model. What is the first drawback? What is the first drawback? What is it? Step-by-step process. The main drawback of waterfall model, we used to be get mentioned step-by-step process. That means the meaning of that particular statement, we need to be get mentioned one particular step has to be totally completed. We need to be get mentioning that one particular step has to be totally completed, then only we need to be get start with next phase. Until unless one particular phase is not completed, until unless one particular phase is not completed, we can't take care about the next phase here. Now, if I'm taking with this waterfall model, according to this particular waterfall model, assume that development activity is not done. I mean, there is no chance of doing in parallel. It's mandatory that that particular whole development activity need to be completed. After that only, we need to take care about that particular respective testing activity. As simple as we can say that one particular phase has to be totally completed, then only we need to get start with next phase. That is what the first drawback or taking with the main drawback. If you want to get understand in a very simple way, see the name. What is the name it got provided? What is the name it got provided? Waterfall. Waterfall model. You guys has been very well knowing about this waterfalls here. Waterfalls. If I'm taking with waterfalls, what is the direction of that waterfalls? The flow of that waterfall, top to bottom. Now assume that in the top, water is not available. Is that it will come for down? No. In the top, if water is not available, it will not be coming for down. It's mandatory that in the top, water has to be available, then only it will be coming to down activity. That is what the name has been provided in mentioning the waterfall model. The meaning of that particular respective statement, the meaning of that particular respective statement, we can say that in seeing this, assume that until unless requirement is not done. In the top, we got the requirements. Until unless this requirements is not done, it will not go with design. Until unless design is not done, it not go with coding. It's not like parallelly. It's mandatory that That whole part need to be completed. After that, it will take care about in coming to the next activity. In simple, we can say that the one particular phase has to be totally completed, then only it will be going with next phase. That is what the one main drawback while working with waterfall model. In the same way, what is the second drawback? Second drawback. Yeah. The second drawback. Any major issue has been identified. Need to start from first phase. According to the concept of this waterfall model, in case of any major issues has been identified, it's need to be get started from first phase. I mean, it's not like you got an issue in the testing phase and not like immediately you can inform to that particular development team, and development team will take care about and resolve that issue. According to that waterfall model, regular things okay, but according to that particular waterfall model, any kind of the major issues are there, it's mandatory that need to come from first phase. That is what you will be taking with the main drawback while working with waterfall model. Along with that, you are taking care about this particular perspective, this third drawback. What is the third drawback? What is it? Time taking. So while working this particular waterfall model, which it will be taking with more time. It will take care about more time in completing that particular respective project. Because of that, in a very starting days of IT industry, to complete a very small project also, it has been taking with more time. This is what we used to be get mentioning the drawbacks of that particular respective waterfall model. In the same way, we got advantages. Any model, it will take care about drawbacks and it will take care about advantages. If I'm taking with advantages, what is the first advantage? First advantage, small kind of projects. Don't be confused here. You may get in a confused like, sir, small kind of project, that is an a drawback. How come we can say that that is an advantage? I'm talking about with the respective of waterfall model. We are discussing with the respective of waterfall model. With the respective of waterfall model, because of it has been applied for small kind of project. In case of the project is a very small kind of project. In case of the project is a very small kind of project, it is very easy to get understand that particular requirements. If you got understand that particular requirements, easy to develop and it will be more easy to test it. That is how we used to be get mentioning that it is an advantage while working with waterfall model. So if I'm taking with waterfall model, if I'm taking with waterfall model, the first advantage we can mention that small kind of project. If the project is very small, it's easy to understand, easy to develop, and easy to test it. That is how we are saying that it has been considering the advantage with the respective of waterfall model. In the same way, we got taking care about the second advantage. What is the second advantage? Requirements will be provided in very detail. So I mean, whenever you are taking care about this particular waterfall model, the projects which has been the projects which has been implementing in that particular respective waterfall model, the project which has been implementing in that particular respective waterfall model, you need to be taking care about referring that requirement, because the testing activity or development activity taking care about based on requirements only. Whenever you are referring the requirement, assume that in case of requirements are not clear, if requirements are not provided in a very detail, then it will become a problem to understand that requirement, and it will be confusion in getting started that development activity or testing activity. But in case of the requirements are provided in a very detail, if the requirements has been given in the very detailed way, it will make you more comfortable to get understand that requirement. If you got understand that particular requirement, then it will be easy to develop, then it will be easy to test it. That is how we are saying that it is an advantage while working with waterfall model. So while working this particular respective waterfall model, we used to begin mentioning that requirements has been provided in the very detailed way. What is the last one? The last one. Further enhancements will not be provided. So according to the waterfall model, the projects you are taking care about, the projects you are taking care about implementing in this particular waterfall model, you are not having any kind of further enhancement. I mean, all the things are one-time activity. You will have requirements, you'll develop it, you will be testing it, and then you'll take care about live environment or production. I mean, we can say that one-time activity. Once the project moved into live environment, we are not worried about that particular development or testing. The project developed and then tested and then moved into live environment. Everything one time activity. That is how we are saying that advantage while working this particular respective waterfall model. So whenever you are taking care about this particular model, it got its own advantage and then taking care about its own drawbacks here. The drawbacks you got in waterfall model. What exactly the drawbacks you got in waterfall model? All that particular drawbacks you got taken care about overcome in V model. The drawbacks we got in waterfall model, all that particular drawbacks we got in V model. Let's understand what exactly mean by that V model and how we can take care about that particular V model. Take with the new heading. Write with the new heading. All the online students also. All the online students also write with the new heading V model or write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Mention the V model or verification. Okay. Mention that verification and validation model. Write with the new heading. Write with the new heading. Mention the V model or verification and validation model. Take care about the new heading of V model or verification and validation model. Don't be confused like we are not going with practical. These particular models, don't be confused like we are not doing in the practical. Not doing in practical means see the heading. What is the heading you got? What is the heading you got? SDLC models. Meaning of SDLC? Software development life cycle. Now, if I'm taking with this whole SDLC, we need to take care about these particular steps. Look into these steps. We got requirements gathering and analysis and design. These three activities taken care by business analyst. Is that is what our job role? Is that is what our training program? No. Because of that, I'm not taking any practical on this. Next, we got coding. Coding activity taken care by developer. Is that our job role? Is that our training program? Developer is our training program? No. Development is not our training program. Because of that, I'm not going with any practical related to the coding. And then we got testing. So testing is done by tester. Is that our job role? Is that our training program? Yes. Because of that, the testing activities need to take care about in practical. That is what in future, in further, we are taking care about in implementing SDLC. Meaning of SDLC? Software testing life cycle. That is what exactly our job role. That is what our practical. Because of that, it can be any kind of model. Waterfall model or V model or any other. It can be any kind of models. How exactly the testing activities need to be done, that particular concept you are taking care about in learning with practical. Because of that, don't be confused like we are not discussing with in practical of SDLC model. We can't go with practical because all that activities not done by one particular person, different activities, but as part of this developer sorry, as part of that particular developer or tester need to be get aware of that what exactly that SDLC and what exactly that particular SDLC model. We need to aware of that particular process. That is what we need to take care about in discussing with all that particular models. The testing activity in detail you are going to learn in a practical. That is what you are taking care about our project testing. In further, we need to take care about our project testing. That is what we need to take care of it. And then taking care about live environment or production. The activity of live environment or production. This activity taking care by admin role. That particular activity taking care by admin role. That is also not our job role. That is not our training program. So we are not worried about all the steps of SDLC. Our main target, our main job role related to testing. That particular part need to be learned in practical. That will be discussing with the help of the respective project. But before that, need to be get aware of that what exactly these particular models are there, what are all that particular respective steps need to be done. Okay, let's see that. Let's look into that. If I'm taking this particular heading, we used to be get mentioned that V model or what is another name? Verification and validation. We can say that V model or we can say that verification and validation model. Now, when you are taking with this particular one, again, V model also, we got its own advantages and we got its own drawbacks here. V model also, we are having its own advantages and we are having its own drawbacks. Let's understand what exactly mean by that V model and how we can take care about that particular verification and taking with validation activity. Let's understand one by one. Take with first heading advantages. You're already written the main heading. What is the main heading you written? V model or verification and validation. Under that, take with another heading, take with another heading mentioned out in saying advantages. Take with the heading advantages. Oh. Write the first advantage. Write the first advantage. All the online students also. All the online students also, please take care about it. Write the first advantage. Development activities. Development activities. Development activities and testing activities. Development activities and testing activities will be started development activities and testing activities will be started from day one of the project. Will be started from day one of the project. Development activities and testing activities will be started from day one of the project. From day one of the project. Take the second one. Take the second one. Write the second advantage. Possibility of identifying the issues. Possibility of identifying the issues. Identifying the issues in starting stages. In starting stages. Possibility of identifying the issues in starting stages. Okay. These two we can consider advantages. In the same way, we got disadvantages, nothing but drawbacks. So take the heading of drawbacks. I will explain all the points. Make a note of it. Take with the heading of drawbacks. All online students also, please write with the heading of drawbacks. Write the first drawback. Take the first drawback. Write the first drawback. Dependency of documentation. Dependency of documentation. Dependency of documentation. Take the first drawback. Take the first drawback. Dependency of documentation. Take the second drawback. Take the second drawback. Write the second drawback. Client need to wait for. Client need to wait for more time. Client need to wait for more time to see project visibility. To see project visibility in live environment. In live environment. Client needed to wait for more time to see project visibility, to see project visibility in live environment, in live environment. Okay, so let's understand what exactly mean by this and how we can take care about these things here. Let's look into the advantages. First advantage, development activities and testing activities will be started from day one of project. That is advantage or disadvantage? Advantage or disadvantage? Advantage. In V model, that is advantage. In case of waterfall, we don't have an option to start the testing activities from day one, because according to the concept of waterfall, it is a step-by-step process. Because of that, the testing team has been taking care about. The testing team has been waiting. The testing team has been waiting for development team need to be complete the whole coding activity. That is what we got in a drawback. That drawback, it got overcome in V model. When it's come to V model, the testing team, there is no chance of free time here. In case of that particular waterfall model, when you are taking with waterfall model, we got mentioned like the testing team got some ideal till the time of the development part need to be completed. But if I'm taking this particular respective V model, once that particular V model has been came into the picture, there is no concept of need to be ideal from day one. Once project is decided and once project has been started, from the day one of that particular project, development team need to start their particular work. Parallelly, testing team also need to take care about getting started their particular work. So because of that, that particular project can be completed in on time, because it's not like you're taking care about one by one, you're taking care about doing in parallel. Because of that particular one, not like taking care about wasting with the time from day one of that particular project, you can take care about both the activities need to be done in parallel. That is what we need to take care about. The first advantage of that particular V model. So that is what we mentioned while working V model. From the day one, development team will start their particular work and testing team has been taking care about their particular work. Because of that, in on time, both the people, they can complete that particular respective activities. That is what we used to be get mentioned the advantage while working this particular V model. The drawbacks we got in waterfall model, we got taking care about overcome in V model. So that is first advantage we got. What is the second advantage? Second advantage, possibility of identifying the issues in starting stages. Meaning of starting stages, what is it? What is it? As early as possible. See the terminology we mentioned. The terminology, if you are taking with that particular respective terminology, it's not like we used to be saying that mandatory. So not like saying that mandatory, we are mentioning that possibility of identifying the issues in starting stages. That means as part of V model, we got a possibility to get identify that particular issues in starting stages, because the reason of that, let's take care about development. If I'm taking with this development team, on which basis they have to take care about development activity? On which basis they will do the development? Oh, okay, coding. On which basis they will do the coding? If we take the development team, on which basis development team is doing the coding? Based on requirements. Based on requirement documents, the development team taking care about in doing development activity. Okay, let's consider testing. As a tester, need to take care about the testing activity. On which basis testing need to be done? On which basis I'll take care about the testing? Based on requirements understanding. So developer is taking care about in doing development activity based on requirements, and tester taking care about in doing the testing activity based on requirements. Both the team, development team and testing team, both the teams are taking care about in referring requirement documents or requirement. That requirements is that same or different? If I'm taking with development team, testing team, both the teams are taking care about in referring with requirements. That requirements are same or different? Same or different? Same or different? Same. The requirements will be the same for development team and for testing team. By referring the same requirement, development team taking care about in understanding how we can go with that particular development activity, and testing team taking care about how we can do that particular testing activity. That means if I'm taking with development team and if I'm taking with testing team, both the teams are taking care about in referring with same requirement document, and they are taking care about in understanding or performing that particular respective activity. Up to that, very clear. Now, see the concept. Now, see the concept. Developer taking care about referring the requirement document. Perfectly okay. Once he start referring the requirement document, just assume that he was not very clear with some of the requirement. Because he was referring it, he got some confusion with one of the requirement. Because of he was not very clear with the requirement, the developer started communicating with tester, because tester also referring the same requirement document or the different one. Same or different? Same. Tester also referring with the same requirement document. Because of that, in case of that particular developer is not very clear about that particular requirement, by default, it can start communicating with the tester, and then it can discuss with the tester saying that, so tester, I'm not very clear about the requirement. Is that you got understand what it has been mentioned in the requirement? In the same way, assume that tester is not clear about the requirement. Just assume that tester is not clear about the requirement. As usual, the tester can take care about and communicating with developer, right? So if tester is not clear, it can communicate with the developer, because both the people are referring same requirement document. As both the people are taking care about in referring the same requirement document, if developer is not clear, it can take care about communicating with tester. Tester is not clear, it can take care about communicating with developer. Just assume that as simple as developer got some confusion, because of that it started communicating with tester. Assume that tester got some confusion, then he started communicating with tester got a confusion, then he'll communicate with developer. So both the people can communicate together and they can understand the requirement in the very better way. Sometime there is a chance of both the people got in a confusion. See the concept. Developer got confusion, it can communicate with tester. Tester got confusion, it can communicate with developer. If both the people got confusion, client, if both the people got confusion, in case of both the people got confusion, the next level, maximum of the next level, it will communicate with lead, either test lead or development lead. If both the people got confusion, they will take care about in communicating with development lead, or they will communicate with test lead. Now, these two people communicated that particular lead. The developer explaining is confusion. In the same way, tester also explaining is confusion. Two confusions got explained. Because of two confusions got explained, assume that the lead also got confused. Chances are there because everyone is the human beings only. Yes or no, guys? Human beings or not? So as the human being, lot of confusions will be there. So this developer explained his confusion and the tester got explained his confusion. Because of that, the test lead also got confused. Now totally how many people confused? How many people? Four. Developer, tester, anyone, either lead. Lead means either development lead or test lead. How many people? 3 people we got. Now 3 people got confused. Then as 3 people got confused. Manager. Manager always he will be busy in the conference room here. Even though he was free, his door will be closed only. Most of the time, managers will be busy. They will not be giving an option. So rather than manager will try to communicate with BA. Meaning of BA? Business analyst. Either BA or SME or Scrum Master. Whoever they are available, they will take care about in communicating with them. Now, we got this particular developer, tester, lead, and BA. Now, these 3 people, developer explaining is confusion. Tester explain is confusion. Lead also explain is confusion. How many confusions? 3 confusions. Because of 3 confusions, BA also got confused. Because 3 confusions explain, obviously the BA also got confused. Totally how many confusions? Totally how many confusions? 4 confusions has been done. Okay. Now, BA also got confused. Then? Client, sir? Okay. Now, after BA, in case of BA also got confused, in case of the BA also got confused, then the next level it will take care about in communicating with client. Now it will start with the discussion with the client. If I'm taking with that particular client, now all the people, how many people we got? 4 people. 4 people will start communicating with client. Communicating with the client means not like taking the flight and going to US. It's not like communicating means you are going to US or UK. How you will communicate with the client? WhatsApp caller. So you will be having that meetings will be there according to that particular IT company. Lot of internal meetings will be there. That connectivities will be there. So you need to take care about in scheduling that particular meeting first. According to that particular schedule, you have to take care about in attending with all that particular meetings here. Now, I can say that you will take care about how many people? How many people? 4 people. So 4 people has been started communicating with client. While communicating with the client, developer explain is confusion. Tester explain is confusion. Lead explaining is confusion. BA explaining is confusion. Totally how many confusions? 4 confusions. As 4 confusions explain, client also confused here. As 4 confusions has been explained, the client also got confused. Now client has been confused. Then modify the requirement. If client has been confused, what will be the next level? Project cancelled. Confusions are all confusions are there, sir. We are having very small brain, sir. We doesn't require these many confusion. Let's cancel the project. So it's not like it will be cancelling with the project. Definitely these things will happen. Once you start working in the real time, definitely chances will be there having with all these kind of issues here. Because of that, in case of client also got in a confusion, it's not like the project has been cancelling it. That particular client will say that to keep that requirement on hold. What is it? Hold. To keep that requirement on hold. Nothing but will make that requirement as a pending. Once it got mentioned as pending, this particular client will be looking into his business, because according to that particular business only, that particular software need to be get developed. Because of that, the client will say that to keep that requirement as a whole, after that, he will take care about looking into that particular business. According to that, he will come up with and clarifying with all that particular requirement. The whole conclusion, what I'm trying to explain is, according to this particular V model, we got a chance of communicating with different people to get understand the requirements in the more better way. If you are understanding the requirements in the more better way, then chances of it can take care about in testing in the very proper. If you are doing with the testing in the very correct way, then chances of identifying the issues in starting stages. That is what we need to take care about, the advantage of V model. If I'm taking with the advantage of V model, so what is the second advantage? Second advantage, possibility of identifying the issues in starting stages, because the development team and testing team, from the day when they started working together, as they have been started working together from the day one, and both the people are working together, they can take care about in understanding that particular requirements in the more better way. They can take care about in understanding that particular requirements in the more better way. By the chances of identifying the issues in a very starting stages. This is what you need to take care about, the two advantages while working this particular respective V model. In the same way, we got a drawback. What is the drawbacks of V model? First drawback, dependency on documentation. The first drawback, we can say that dependency on documentation. I mean, whenever you are taking with V model, it's mandatory that we need to take care about requirement documents. I mean, documentation. Documentation is mandatory while working with V model. You may get in a doubt, sir, can be any model. It is mandatory of documents. How come it will be the drawback? That you will get tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow you will get in a clear picture of that, because I'll take care about agile also. When you're discussing with agile, then you can understand why this is a drawback of V model. For now, you can understand that while working with V model, the first drawback of V model. What is the first drawback of V model? Dependency of documentation. Okay. In the same way, we got taking care about the second drawback. If I'm taking with the second drawback of V model, what is the second drawback? Client need to wait for more time to see project visibility in live environment. What exactly mean by that? What exactly mean by that? See the understanding, see the whole understanding. We got V model. According to that particular V model, we can call as V model, or we can consider that verification and validation model. We can say that V model, or we can say that verification and validation model. According to the real-time perspective, verification activity taken care by development team. Verification activity taken care by development team, and validation activity taken care by testing team. Now, see the concept. According to our understanding, if I'm taking with our understanding, development team, what they have to take care about? Coding. The development team need to take care about all the development activities. That development activities has been taking care about in getting starting with coding. After coding, development team after coding, what is it? Code review. After code review, what is it? Unit level testing. Okay. After that, what is it? Integration testing. So one you will be taking with coding, after that code review, after that unit level testing, and then taking care about that particular respective integration testing. Okay. Now, once integration testing is done, need to take care about in releasing with build 1. After that, it will take care about in releasing with build 2. So how many builds it will continue? N number of the builds. Depends on that project. Based on that particular client, it will take care about and continued with N number of the builds. Okay. In the same way, when developer taking care about this activity, parallelly the testing team, what they will do? Testing team They'll go with requirements understanding. After that, test plan. After that, test scenarios. After that, test cases. After that, test execution. After that, what is it? Bug reporting. I mean, while working this particular testing activity, development team is ready with that particular respective build. Meaning of the build? Yeah. Meaning of the bill. What is it? Executable file, or what is it? URL. If I'm taking with the bill, executable file or URL. Now, if I'm taking this particular bill, by the time of bill need to be released, testing team need to ready with test cases. Once test cases ready, then once build is released, for that bill will take care about test execution. Along with test execution, taking care about in doing that particular bug reporting. Once the testing team taking care about working on build one, parallelly the development team will take care about build it two. Once build it two done, build it two released to testing team. Once testing team is working on build it two, development team will take care about build three. So once build three released to the testing team, development team will take care about build four. That part we are very clear on that. Now see the concept here. See the concept. See the terminologies. We are saying that build one released and build one testing started and build one testing completed. Once build one testing completed, you will get build two. Again, build two testing will be started and build two testing will be completed. See the understanding. We are saying that build one testing completed, build two testing completed, or build three testing completed. Are we saying testing is completed? Are we saying testing is completed? Yes or no? Yes or no? Why no? You're saying that build one is completed, build two completed, build three completed. So as part of the 3 builds or 4 builds completed, why you are not saying that testing is completed? You need to take care about all the builds of that particular project. Along with that, you need to take care about in completing with all the testing. I mean, as an example of taking with that smoke testing, sanity testing, retesting, regression testing, alpha testing, beta testing. Along with each and every bill, along with each and every particular bill, it's need to take care about in completing all the testing. After that, it has been moving into live environment or production. See the concept here. If we look into the concept, we are saying that build 1 completed, build 1 testing completed, build 2 testing completed, or build 3 testing completed. We are not saying that testing is completed, because it has to take care about in completing all the builds of testing. Along with that, it has to take care about in completing all different types of testing, and then moving into live environment. In simple, we don't have any possibility saying that once build 1 completed or build 1 testing completed, is that it is moving into live environment. After build 1 testing completed, assume that your build 1 whole testing completed. After completion of build 1 testing, is that it has been moving into the live environment? No. When it is coming into the live environment, when it is going with live environment, after completion of all the builds and after completion of all the testing. So that many builds need to be completed. That many testings need to be completed. Is that we can do all these things in 1 week? 1 day? 1 month? Then how much time? Depends on that project. Based on that project, it may take 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, even 3 years also. It depends on that project. Based on that particular project, it will take care about in taking that much of time. Assume that it has been taking 1 year to complete that project. That means we can say that after 1 year, the project has been moving live environment. That means the client has to wait. The client has to wait for 1 year to see that his project in the live environment. So that is what we mentioned that the drawback of V model. So the drawback of V model, according to the process of V model, we don't have an option in saying like once that build 1 completed, immediately move into the live environment. We don't have that option. According to that particular V model, it's mandatory that all the builds need to be completed and all the testings need to be completed. After that, it will take care about in moving to live environment. So that is what we mentioned that the drawback of V model. This is how we need to take care about having with advantages and then taking with drawbacks while working this V model. See that why we got considering that V model. If you are taking with waterfall model, step-by-step process, top to bottom, because of that, the name has been provided as waterfall. In case of V model, this is like V shape. I mean, meaning of this thing is in one side, it got verification, in another side, it got a validation. Development team starting with coding. Parallelly, the testing team will take care about requirements understanding. If the development team doing the code review, the testing team will come up with test plan. Not exactly same. The concept is both the people has been started working parallelly. In certain stage, both the people are connecting. First, they are working individually same time. But in the certain stage, both the people are getting connected. That means by the time of build is ready, testing team need to ready with test cases. So that is how it has been mentioned like V shape considering the V model. So the one we got waterfall model and then taking with V model. So or we can call as verification and validation model. In the same way, we got one more model. What is it? Agile model. The drawbacks we got in waterfall model and wave model. The drawbacks we got in waterfall model and wave model, all that particular drawbacks it got overcome in agile. Agile is the very most important one in this current IT industry. Waterfall model, V model, little bit okay. But agile is the very most important model in this particular current market. In this particular current market, most of the time we are taking care about and utilizing this agile model. We need to be get comfortable. We need to be get understand what exactly that particular agile model and what exactly that particular steps to be followed. That we'll be looking into that. Once we done with agile model, then we'll